Today is Friday, January 30th, 2026, and here is the news that you can use. The theme today is timing and trust. Cloud AI costs are shifting under your feet. Platform reliability is still a live operational risk. Federal governance windows are short, and if you miss them, you inherit the requirements later. First up, Google Cloud. Google says sessions, memory bank, and code execution in Vertex AI Agent Builder will begin charging on February 11th, 2026 instead of January 28th, 2026. Use the extra time to finalize tagging and budgets and to set guardrails for memory retention and code execution. Cost control and agent governance have to land together if you want predictable pilots. Google also says Agent Designer is now available for agents created before January 12, 2026, and those agents can be managed in the Agent Gallery and edited through the Flow experience. The executive value is change control at scale. Put a lightweight review workflow around Agent Designer changes so agent behavior is auditable and repeatable. That reduces one-off logic changes that are hard to explain after an incident or an audit. Now, Microsoft. Azure Status History reports a platform issue that impacted Azure OpenAI in Sweden Central on January 27, 2026, including failed inference and deployment metadata problems. If you depend on Azure OpenAI, validate your degraded mode behavior and any regional failover options. Also, test your deployment and rollback process, because management plane issues can be as disruptive as inference errors. On AWS, EC2 C8GN instances are now available in additional regions. AWS positions C8GN built on Graviton4 as delivering up to 30% better compute performance than the prior generation in the family. For platform teams, this is a new price-performance lever for network-heavy workloads and CPU-based inference. For FinOps, it is a prompt to refresh instance catalogs and migration candidates, especially if ARM adoption is part of your roadmap. Now to FedRAMP, because this could change time to pilot. In FedRAMP RFC 022, FedRAMP proposes a time-limited status called FedRAMP Validated Level 1 for negligible or extremely low-risk cloud services. The proposal emphasizes reuse of external security assessments, such as SOC 2 Type 2 and ISO-based frameworks, so agencies can run scope pilots sooner while providers pursue full validation. The action item is to define strict scope and data boundaries and to require a clear graduation plan so pilots do not become permanent exceptions. Next, NIST has multiple comment deadlines today. On NIST's drafts open for comment page, NIST lists items with comments due January 30th, 2026, including the Cyber AI Profile Draft, an updated Secure Software Development Framework Draft, and Token and Assertion Protection Guidance. These drafts tend to become procurement language and audit baselines. If you have strong positions on AI security controls, secure software development, or identity assurance, this is the window to submit input and align internally. Finally, a two-part cyber risk wrap. NIST's National Vulnerability Database Record for CVE 2026-24858 indicates it is listed in the CISA Known Exploited Vulnerabilities Catalog, which is your signal to prioritize remediation and exposure validation for Fortinet environments. Treat this as patch plus verification, including reachability checks, log review, and targeted hunting. AWS also published Security Bulletin 26002 AWS related to a code build webhook filter configuration issue in certain AWS-managed open-source GitHub repositories, which is a good reminder to validate CI/CD trust assumptions and repository protections. That's the exchange for today. Remember, inspect what you expect. If you are interested in how this newscast is created or want more information about how to be a part of it, contact podcasts at Matora-solutions.com. That's podcasts with an S at Matora-solutions.com.